Yo, quit fucking slacking. I bet you've wondered where I've been. Not really, because I'm kind of irrelevant in this space, but I'm back. I have been very busy with working on certain stuff, and one of the things that I've been working on is a comic called The Dark Eternity. You can go check that out on Global Comics. I'll put the link down below so you can go, give it a nice little read if you want to. I won't disclose who the creator is. The guy's a really nice guy though, very chill. Working with him is probably like the best privilege I've had in a while, The majority of the art you see is by me and him, but he has this amazing team. It's been amazing working with these guys. Go check them out. Global Comics, I'll put that on there. They're very small, so show some support. They're new to this whole Global Comics thing, very much. Anyways, I've come back to drop some personal opinions here, and I was just about to boot up Power World. As you can see, I was just about to boot up Power World, but I decided, hey, you know what? I haven't uploaded in a while. Let me just turn on the camera and just say what's up. So, how's it going? What is it that I've been coming here to say? Well, I have opinions on the Amazing Digital Circus. Okay, I probably butchered that name. No, Amazing Digital Circus. I have opinions on it. Now, I see a lot of people call it cringe. I see a lot of people call it bad. I see a lot of people call it good. And I'm here to give my personal opinions on it. The show is, I believe, doing all right for what it's trying to do. Okay, if you've read this short story called "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," you'd know what they're aiming for. And I can say that I get what the creator is doing here. So in face value, you have the show that's like this happy-go-lucky, like video game based inspired world where there's these characters that are, these wacky cartoon characters that are stuck in this digital world. You start to learn more and more about it, and as things go on, there is no real direct plot until like episode 6, I believe. But there is no real like direct plot until you get to like episode 6, and then with the two most recent, which are probably the most plot focused, which is 7 and 8. And for me, what I would have done better in certain, as far as how the show goes, is that I wish I would have implemented that the world is supposed to be this weird, wacky, cheerful little world, but there's some weird elements to it, some weird dark elements. I would have been doing that since episode 1. Personally, I would have done that instead of really just heavily using the I can't believe I'm here aspect of the show, of Pomni. Really, she's the only character that really acts like that. The existential crisis that she goes through, we kind of really heavily rely on that for a good portion of the show, and I wish we would have relied on or just used other things, other aspects of how weird or dark this world can get throughout the show, instead of just using her still not believing she's even there as a way to really prove it. And I know some people would probably argue that and say that's the whole point. And I don't know. I just don't feel like that's the only point of the show. I feel like there's more that, can be picked up from, you have these people who are here. You don't know if they're, from Jackson's point of view, he doesn't know if they're real. Now we know that they're real. These are real people. We don't know how they got here, what their stories are, what they've gotten them, how they feel about this world. We start to learn that later on along the lines, but like I said, I just wish we would have kicked that off a little earlier instead of just using Pomni's shock of being there, for the last few episodes, or for the first few episodes, sorry. So I would have changed that personally. Now, character writing and how they feel. I wouldn't say it's generic, because I see that too. People do say that it can come off as generic, and I don't think so. I feel like she did good in that she or he, whoever made it. I got rumors that it was a she. I'm not sure, so don't come at me. honestly, I feel like it's human. I feel like it's very human. I feel like it's very like realistic to how some people would act if they were in a weird magical world with talking gums in a suit with a bow. It's weird. It's a weird world, and it's shocking because you're from what you thought you were here like right now just watching this video, and then randomly you get snapped and you're in this weird fucking magical world that you don't know shit about. So yeah, I feel like their emotions are very, very relatable as far as how they act. A lot of people can probably relate to Jax, and some people could relate like how he acts in that world. He probably thinks he's the only real person there, and everybody else is fake, and it's these new characters that keep getting added to the show. And spoiler alert, he starts to realize that they're not fake and they're real, and he starts tripping out and shit like that. People like him can be very relatable, and a lot of people would act like him if he was in a world like that. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of people would act like him, and a lot of people would act like Pomni. I'm not sure I know Pomni's the main character, but I'm not sure if Jax is like the second main character or some shit. I don't know, but they're very relatable characters. I think my least favorite character is Ragatha. He talks too much, man. He talks way too fucking much. I don't have a favorite either. I think all of them are like equal in their fares, but as far as like who I hate the most, I hate Ragatha, man. She just talks too much, says too much. That one episode when she said that shit to Jax at the baseball court, where the fuck they were at, it's a little too much, man. Let's see, the world building is great. I do like how different shit gets throughout the episodes, how weird shit can get, how funny shit can get, although I've never cracked a laugh at that. I think the only thing I might have laughed at was the scene where the fish zooms in on the camera, but that's the only thing I really laughed at the show. I don't really find much of that. No, that and when Jabi the Hong was voice acting that puppet guy, that little like mannequin. If you don't know who Jabi the Hong is, go watch him. All right, the guy's channel's awesome. He reviews toys and shit. So if you like toys, go watch him. Anyways, though. Yeah, when he was voice acting, I love that, and then I liked when the fucking fish zoomed in on the camera at the beach episode, which wasn't really a beach episode at all. Now, the show itself, I'll give a 7 out of 10. I would. It's just like I went into the show as it not being a cup of tea for me. Like the only reason I really watched the show is because my girlfriend liked it a lot. And so I kind of just got into watching it, and I got in too deep. And it doesn't matter what show it is, even if it's a show like I genuinely despise. If I get in like 3 episodes, it's like a law to me. I just can't drop out because I'm already this in. So why not just finish it? So that's how I am. So Major Deal Circus, it wasn't the best show, but I can say, well, it's still going. It's not the best show to me right now, but I can say that it is pretty good. It's doing good at what it's trying to do. My girlfriend, like I said, she's fucking insane for it, so it's the only reason why I watched it. So I went in not really it being a thing of mine, but even then, from someone who doesn't even like stuff like that, it's a 7, and that's pretty good. So if you get into that shit, you're definitely gonna like it for sure if you haven't watched it already, and I'm pretty sure you have seen something of it. This shit's blown up all over YouTube. Now, although this part isn't really necessarily going out to the people, out to like the show's creation in general, I can't stand the fandom. The fandom is the corniest since Hazbin Hotel, and I hate Hazbin Hotel. Now that's a show I despise, bro. Please don't come here trying to defend Hazbin Hotel because it ain't gonna end well. I can't stand that show. So their community is just as bad as Hazbin Hotels. It is just as cornier. It's just as it's disgusting. It's abysmal. I've heard rumors that the creator themselves don't even like their own community. And personally, I don't blame them. I would not interact with anybody like that. As far as that community goes, that community sucks, bro. You should see the edits and the fan theories, and it always gets to the fanins. The fanins, dear God, the fanins are... It's like people go in and just say shit. They just saying how Jax is apparently a serial killer, and he's trying to stay in this world because he's a serial killer, and if he goes back, he has nothing left. Or apparently they're saying that him and Pomni are brother and sister, and they just really just make shit up, man. They really just look at something and then just run with it. I don't know. But as far as that community, no, that's the same thing. Look, the only show where I had to drop out because I know I'm contradicting myself. The only show in which I literally dropped out of because of how bad it was MHA. My Hero Academia was literally, this community was so bad I had to drop the show. That's how bad it got. I shouldn't have done that because the show itself, I heard it's not bad. And it's not a bad show. I watched it. It's not a bad show from what I left off at, which was like season 4. That community though, I had to drop out, man. I couldn't stomach it no longer. I had to. But anyways though, yeah, that's pretty much it all I have to say on Digital Circus. A general rating, 7 out of 10. What are the takeaways? Wish they would have put some more darker aspects earlier on in the story and then keep it going and slowly tick up to the big dark moment we see with Kane snapping the fuck out in episode 8. But I wish we would have had that steadily, just a little more. I know it's in there, it's a little slight, but I just wish we would have had that streamlining. Keep it, don't throw it in the face, but just keep it a little up and down with it. Just keep it streamlined and keep it going until that big moment we realize that Kane is bad. We already knew Kane was bad, but when he really starts to show it, I wish there would have just been a little more implications on that, but without throwing it in your face. But other than that, yeah, go watch it. I think you'd like it. Just ignore the fandom though. That shit's pretty bad. But despite a lot of people saying the show is bad and whatnot, and it's cringe and whatnot, listen to the pretend cool guys. Like what you like, and I'd say it's pretty good. And I don't even like stuff like that, but I'd say it's not that bad. It's like I said, 7 out of 10. So anyways, you have a good day, guys. I'm probably dropping another video tomorrow, probably gameplay or some shit. I don't know, I'm bored. I've been working like crazy on comics, voice acting. I got a lot of projects. I don't even know why I started this channel. That's probably not good to hear if you actually want to see me rapidly upload, which I will. All right, these videos aren't hard to make. I even said it in a past video. These videos are not hard to make. All right, enough of my yapping. Peace.